Sir, I was looking over your resume, and it says under special skills you spoke multiple languages, and it just says English and dumb.
Hmm. Yeah,
It's like, yeah, I'm certified.
certified in translating dumb. It's cool. That's
Trust me, I will
why.
be a very key asset to this company. You should
Now
definitely hire
I
me.
should probably work for the Fetterman campaign.
Hello, America. It's time to check the nonsense at the door, clear the cobwebs between your ears, and have a rational-ish conversation. This is the lost art of common sense.
That's right, America. I'm Kevin,
And I'm Josh.
and this is the lost art of common sense. And this week we will be talking about. We'll get an early look at what we think might happen in 2024 for the presidential run. Basically, we think there's two people in the Republican Party that actually have a shot of, making it to the presidential election. And I don't know what's going on with the Democrat Party. Depends on what's going on with Biden, I guess, by that time. So we'll be talking about everything. Josh,
Yes'm.
Trump versus DeSantis versus the rest of the field. Who have you got so far and why?
Well, since DeSantis technically hasn't announced his run yet, and I don't know. Right now, I mean, I got Trump. He's beating everybody, and the rest of the field, like Nikki Haley, fucked herself when she got in the shit with Disney, so she's done. I don't know who the fuck else was running.
That Visek.
Yeah, he did. Oh, yeah, he. I mean, some of the stuff he says makes sense, but he doesn't have the name recognition. He has no chance in hell. I think Chris Christie's thinking of getting in, which is a fucking joke.
That dude from Arkansas, maybe the old one. I can't remember.
Huckabee?
No, maybe it's not Arkansas. I thought his name started with an A. He was a governor.
Asshole?
Yes, it was asshole.
Governor
asshole.
I mean, I really don't unless Trump does something real stupid to like just lampoon himself. I can't see him not getting the Republican nomination. Like he's been kind of tripping up a bit on the whole pro-life, pro-abortion, pro-choice thing lately, and I don't understand. Like he kind of like he's leaning toward the left to try to satisfy this. We're gonna make the election about abortion. All you had to fucking do, and I don't understand why no one in his hemisphere has told him this. When someone asks you about what your thoughts are on abortion, all you have to say is, I agree with overturning Roe v. Wade because it's not a federal issue. I leave it up to the states and the people of those states to make that decision for themselves.
All right, let's
Period.
go to that. Let's go to that because I had that question anyways.
That's what I thought you had later on. I was trying to scan for it, and I didn't get it.
Trump has been moving farther left on the abortion issue, even as far as criticizing DeSantis on the 6-week heartbeat bill he passed. This is the guy who pretty much overturned Roe v. Wade. As the president to do more for pro-life in 50 years than any other president has, is this a good strategy?
No, I don't think it is. Like, I think what I said is exactly what he should say, damn near verbatim, when he's asked about this. You can say, I'm pro-life. Like, that's totally fine. And then and it's not even schluffing it off. It's factual. Abortion is not a federal issue. It's not in the Constitution, which means the federal government theoretically should not be able to touch it. Same thing with the Obamacare healthcare bullshit. But
Agreed.
That's all he has to say. He's like, I personally am pro-life. I do not believe that it's a federal issue, and I wholeheartedly believe that it's up to the states to make these decisions on their own. That's it. He doesn't have to go after DeSantis. He doesn't have to do any of that shit. That's like the one thing I think that he's kind of fucking up on, that because like the only way he's going to win is he needs to pull the rest of the Republican Party and independents. And you're not going to. There's a lot of independents that were pretty happy to see Roe v. Wade overturned. So you don't even. There are just certain things when you're debating with the left that you don't even fucking wade into.
Exactly. Why
If you're
is
a governor, then that's a big issue for you because that's a state issue.
Yes, and I don't. Then he's like, I don't know what he says. He says something about like during that whole town hall thing. He says something about the states, and he's like, it's not as big of a deal for the states or something. I mean, it was weird how he answered it. Like he
Yeah.
is moving way too far left on the pro life issue.
Whoever's
And
prepping him for these kind of questions is a fucking idiot. I think we should be his campaign advisors and get paid lots of money.
Yeah, we should get paid lots of money for this and for helping President Trump win an election.
And you know what would help us make a lot of money or even some money at this?
What would that be?
If you like, share, subscribe, comment, ding, retweet, whatever, but just interact with us, people, because we're pretty sure that we are 100%. Well, we're already banned from boosting our episodes on Facebook for no reason whatsoever. So throw us a bone, hit the share button. So we got that out of the way. Let's get on to the next quote. Oh, okay. What do you think? You didn't answer your own first question.
Well, hold on. I also want to let people know that we are now on TikTok and Reels.
We are on TikTok and Reels, and our little videos are hilarious.
Yes, they are. What was the first question? Oh, Trump versus DeSantis versus. I don't know. I think Trump will win the. I think Trump will win. I don't know if he can win the general though. It depends. I don't know what's going on with the Democrat Party though, so he could win the general. And I mean, it depends what comes out in Biden here. I think what MTJ or where Mahori Taylor Greene or whatever her name is. She
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Marjorie.
You know, that Mahoya girl.
Whatever her name is. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Why are you trying to make it all ethnic?
Sounds like she's related to that one senator. The one who wants to drink a beer.
Yeah, so yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene drew up articles of impeachment for Biden. For Biden, I think the head of the FBI and like two other people.
I think they were thinking of drawing up articles on dipshit, the Attorney General.
Yeah, and he should
Merrick Garland.
Yeah, I think that was part of it too. I think Garland
because both Merrick Garland and I can't remember his name right now, the head of the FBI, both lied to Congress.
Yes, and I think
which is a crime, even though they lie to us all the time.
Well, Congress can lie, but you can't lie to Congress.
Exactly.
It's a fucking shitty way of running a country. I think. Do you think Biden will get impeached?
I don't know. I think that's a bad move.
Oh yeah, because he got Kamala Harris behind him.
Should he be impeached? Like, does he deserve to be impeached? Like, legitimately? Yes. Is impeaching him a good idea? I don't think so. Trump was impeached over some bullshit on both accounts. Biden never should have gotten elected. People who voted for him were fucking stupid.
But did he actually get elected?
Well, that's what the papers say. But it's like when they finally came out like, all right, well, the Russia thing was a hoax, but everything else we told you is 100% true.
Yeah.
So I don't know, because it's like, okay, we got rid of Biden, so now we're stuck with Kamala. Awesome.
Yeah, and here, but I mean, it might be better for the Republican Party because no one votes for Kamala.
Yeah, but it would definitely be like
it'd be worse for the country for the last year of
even people on the hard right probably think, well, you know, Biden's the worst president ever. Would also agree that Kamala would be worse.
I agree 100%, but I think that there's no chance that she could win re-election.
Well, there should
So
be no chance that Biden wins re-election since the
there's
entire
always a
country's
chance.
gone to shit.
There's always a chance. No, we thought there was going to be a red wave. Remember?
Yeah, well, there's also some funny business. I'm just saying.
There's always some funny business. But okay, so my answer is yes. Trump will win the primary, but I think if DeSantis happened to win the primary, I think he'd have a better chance in the general.
Possibly.
I think DeSantis is a more likable
If they can,
person.
if the media can make 2020, and it depends on who's running, I'm sure. If they can make 2024 about women's health care, i.e., killing babies, then DeSantis would actually have a little handicap on that one.
Yeah.
Just because apparently people are really into killing babies.
Okay. Give me a positive and a negative on both Trump and DeSantis.
Well, positive for Trump is he has really good what do they call that? Overseas stuff.
Foreign affairs.
Foreign affairs.
Overseas stuff.
He's very good at overseas stuff. He did a pretty good job on.
Are you trying to explain this to a third grader?
He did a really good job on our land money stuff. Like I don't know. I think domestic. I don't know. I mean, I don't care what people say. There's always anti-Trumpers and bullshit, but I think Trump was an all-around good president before COVID hit. I mean, he was good on the economy. He was good on trade. He was kicking ass on foreign affairs. Like his
March 16th, 2020 was the downfall of Donald Trump.
Yeah. Because like his foreign it's not foreign affairs, it's something else. It's another word.
Foreign relations?
No.
I don't think there's any other word.
I don't know.
It's foreign something.
If I randomly shout something out later on in the show, it's because I thought
foreign diplomacy?
Kind of, but that's not it.
Really,
it's like, you know how they said Biden was wrong on everything when it came to
foreign affairs. Foreign affairs.
Maybe it's foreign affairs. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just going to keep saying it now. Because
foreign policy? I don't know, man.
Foreign policy. That's it right there. That's what I was thinking of, foreign policy. And by thinking of, I mean I wasn't, because that's why I couldn't say the word.
Yeah.
But
overseas stuff.
No, he's really good on all that stuff. His negative part is I guess he's thin-skinned. Like, he just can't let shit go. And, like, some of his responses are stupid. Like, he does get... And, see, I can look past... He does get old. He does get annoying when it comes to how he interacts about shit. And I get why he's kind of like that, because, I mean, even that town hall they did just fucking hammered him. I mean, that was bullshit. So he was actually more reserved than I think old Trump would have been. But I would say that's his biggest Achilles heel. DeSantis, I think his pros are he's kind of Trump light, a little bit more polished, a little bit more professional. His biggest negative is he's a governor. Like, it's good. He has executive experience, but that's it.
Yeah, he doesn't have any foreign relations or foreign diplomacy or anything like that.
Yeah, no, I think he would have Jerusalem or something. Like, he's trying to get a little bit there, but I think he'd do a good job. I mean, I don't think right now is the time for someone to learn the job, though.
No, but I get why he's running. Or it sounds like May 25th is when he's going to announce his president or run for president.
I don't think he he's running. I don't think he even thinks he has a chance of winning. I think he's doing it to get out there, get his, his ideas, his policies out there. So he's setting himself up for 2028.
Maybe. I don't think there's that big of a long shot to him winning, though.
No, he's not going to beat Trump.
I don't know.
It's not going to happen. Trump would have to fuck up royally in order to not pull the 30% of the Republican Party that he's almost guaranteed to have. It's just not going to happen.
I don't know, man. I'm not saying he's out, so there's always a chance. I think he'll.
What did I just say?
I think DeSantis will win in Iowa. Because Trump didn't even
Well,
win in Iowa last time.
good. Yeah, I hate to break this to you.
Well, I mean,
Whoever wins in Iowa doesn't win.
Yeah, they do. They've picked like 65% of the presidents.
No, they haven't.
Yes, they have.
No.
Yes, they have. Barack Obama was a long shot until he won in Iowa.
Oh, yeah, turn the tide.
It could. Listen,
who won the Democratic caucus in 2016 in Iowa? Do we
no
know
one
that?
knows, but that's why. That's
not really Iowa as much as the Iowa DNC. But
yeah, Democrats are dumb.
I don't know. I just think Trump would have to go out of his way in order for DeSantis to beat him in the primary.
I mean, there's a chance that one of these court cases could actually become a felony fucking thing to where he can't run for president.
Well, possibly.
There's a chance that he could win the primary.
That won't cause riots.
There's a chance he could win the primary and not be able to run for president.
Yeah, and that will be the end of the
of democracy.
Oh yeah, fucking 100%. All this bullshit.
Yeah,
it's all garbage, Kevin. It's fucking garbage.
All right, here I go on Trump and DeSantis, positive and negative, and they're basically the same. Positive, Trump's done this. He was good at it his first 3 years, 3.2 years. He's dumb when he tweets, and sometimes he's obviously he doesn't have very thick skin, so people can get under his skin really easily.
That's a weird positive because you never actually made
that's
a
negative.
Difference.
Right, that's a negative. Sorry.
Okay.
And positive for DeSantis. I like what he's done in Florida. I think he's been very aggressive against the far left and their agenda, and even corporations on the far left. And I would like to see Trump be a little more against these woke companies, because I think he praised Disney.
Or he did some. Well, he came out against DeSantis.
Yeah, so what he's doing right now, and this is what's going to screw Trump, is DeSantis going to go somewhere like on some policy, and and Trump's just going to go the exact opposite, and I think that could possibly hurt him. Like this.
Well, what I don't understand though is
this
Trump
whole pro-life issue. He's only doing it because DeSantis did the 6-week thing.
That's what's dumb. He doesn't need to run against DeSantis. He doesn't need to run against anybody. He just needs to run on his first 3 years in office and keep doing what he did in the Tucker Carlson interview. Point out the problems that the country is facing and how he's going to fix it. He doesn't even have to acknowledge anybody else is running.
I know.
Him acknowledging other people is both giving them wind in their sails and generally, because there's nothing that I can think of off the top of my head that DeSantis has done that I don't like.
If you find somebody a threat and you point them out as a threat, then people are going to be like, oh, the anti-Trump Republicans are, these weak Republicans who for some reason can't take the president speaking his mind are going to vote for DeSantis during the primaries. And he's pointing them to him. I mean, that's what he's doing. He's drawing an arrow right to DeSantis, be like, look at this guy. And, it's basically my biggest rival.
If he's pointing to DeSantis, 3 fingers are pointing back at him.
Okay, what does that mean? I don't understand what that means.
Not a damn thing, Kevin. Not a damn thing.
Like I said, I like what DeSantis is doing in Florida. I like
here is what Trump should be doing. Okay, and then I'll let you finish your thought.
Okay, so just going to go to the negative on DeSantis, which is exactly the same what you said. No foreign.
Well, and that's Trump's thing, because when like I said, all he has to do is run on his past record pre-COVID, what we're facing, what he's going to do to fix it, and when someone brings up DeSantis, you go like, you know what, DeSantis did a good job in Florida. He's a good governor, but I'm running for president.
What all DeSantis has to do is be like, look, this guy is the guy that fucking paid for the jab.
Yeah, and then but I would just.
So
I would just walk past it.
All you anti-vax COVID people or anti-COVID vax people,
I give him a break on it.
I said no to that.
Yeah,
But
but I give him a
he was
break on it because
3 months ago. Trump was still bragging about how good he was for saving all these lives because of the COVID fucking vaccine, which has been proven not to fucking work.
I don't know why he keeps. I'm not going to not vote for him for that, but I don't know
Well, I'm
why
just
the
saying.
fuck he even
Yeah,
talks about it. Like,
these
how
are the
does a
things.
guy that smart that dumb?
These are the things that could hurt him, though. That's what I'm saying. Is these things could hurt him. Him basically bragging about COVID and trying to somehow be the opposite of whatever DeSantis says. These are the things that are going to hurt him in these primaries. I'm not saying he won't win, but I'm not. This is the dumb stuff that Trump does, and it's because he feels threatened by DeSantis, and anybody he feels threatened by, he's got to go after. He can't just let it go. He's got to go after him, and that's a problem with it.
It's just dumb. And if I was Trump, I wouldn't even. The word COVID would not exit my lips, other than to blame it on China. Like someone brings up a question about COVID. Oh, you mean that respiratory disease that was unleashed on the world by China? Yeah, that sucked.
I mean, he was definitely anti-China once right away. So that's good.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that was the worst part of his presidency, so I don't get why the fuck he even brings it
I think
up.
if he promised to go after China for what they did to the world, that would move some heads.
Yeah, there's ways of dealing with it that aren't. See, like I don't think, at least with DeSantis, because he did a pretty damn good job on COVID. The typical strategy that got him through the primaries in 2016 at least aren't going to work on him.
Yeah.
On DeSantis, it's just not going to work.
No. I don't think so either, because I think DeSantis is a little smarter than that. And I think, there's enough Trump out there that you can figure out how he's going to talk to you. I mean, Ron DeSantimonious is not a very good nickname.
No, I don't.
It's not very original. I just don't.
I call him Little Donald.
That's right.
I taught him everything he knows, so I call him Little Donald.
So somehow I think he feels betrayed because he backed him for governor, and now he's going for president.
Well, and then that's
But DeSantis' only move. I mean, this is his last 4 years. He's going to be, he's going to be out after this year.
See, that's why I'm saying I think he's setting himself up for 2028, because here's what happens. Trump gets the nomination. If there's not a shit ton of funny business, gets elected. DeSantis
more flooded voting areas.
No, DeSantis fucking serves out his term as governor, and then becomes Secretary of State for Trump in his last 2 years, and then he runs for president in 2028.
That'd be the best move for both of them.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't think he can be his vice president. I don't think Trump will.
No, well, vice presidents don't do anything. I think Secretary of State would be perfect for him because it allows him to run something. He actually has a real job.
Foreign diplomacy.
And then he learns his foreign diplomacy. Like he can set that up.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were to 4D chess shit, like that's the way I would do it.
All right. We've seen Trump as president, obviously, and what policies he enacted. Do you think he can do more good right away than someone who's not been president, or even Biden?
I'm pretty sure, other than Kamala Harris, a trained hamster could do a better job than Biden.
That might be what's running the country. That might be
possibly.
That might be what's in Robot Biden's head.
You just wait till you watch that video I sent you, Kevin.
It's Robot Biden's head.
Well, that's why I think right now, with the way the country's going, the world's going, I think I've really thought about it, racked my brain about it. I can't see if anybody being better just because he handled his foreign policy and the way things went before COVID, to where if he gets reelected, he gets inaugurated and then he just hits the ground running, hopefully firing half of the people in Washington. But like, he already knows the job. He already has all the contacts. He's there. He's working. Done. There's no onboarding. There's no having to do this, having to do that. Like, that's why I can't, just world and current country circumstances, I can't think of anybody better.
How tough do you think he'll be? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I can't think of anybody else who has the experience that could run, because they're all 2-term presidents or dead.
let's say Trump wins. Do you think he'll disband the FBI or totally reform it and the DOJ?
I don't think either one needs to be disbanded necessarily, but it needs to be gutted. I would say all the way down to middle management.
I think middle management should go. That's usually who does all
No,
this
like all
bullshit
the way down to middle management,
through middle
including
management,
middle management.
and not two through.
All the way down through middle management.
There you go.
Thank you for correcting my vernacular, you dick.
Well, I mean, two is like you leave the middle management. Just people
I
might
didn't get
get
very
confused.
I didn't get very good grades in English.
I guess not. Yeah. I think he should completely gut them. I think they do have a service, or they used to have a service to the United States, and not against the United States. So I think at some point we should. I mean, at some point he should just completely just gut it, rebuild it.
And with people that like care about the country, like I was thinking about this today, especially when I guess I don't know what the hell she's going for. I guess some federal judgeship, but uh, Senator Kennedy was asking this lady about some law that was passed in her state. She had no idea what the hell he was talking about. It's like it pisses me off that the Supreme Court's became political because they say, well, you got a liberal or progressive judge or conservative judge. It should all be constitutionalist judge. And most conservative judges aren't necessarily conservative. They're just constitutionalists. Like they believe in the Constitution, and that's where the power of the fucking government lies. That's where its boundaries and its powers lies, period.
How fucked up
And
does this country have to be to where a conservative is a person that wants to believe in the Constitution?
yeah, well, that's what should tell you that if you're a progressive, you're on the wrong side of history. And I hate that saying.
Yeah, and I saw couple videos of Cruz. Uh, like people didn't know basic laws, like first year, like law school laws, when they're asked, and they're trying to become federal judges. I mean, it's just
Well, that's
ridiculous.
because some of the shit that they say.
One said they want to get rid of the pedophile, like the sex registry, from being like the school near schools, like sex
That
offenders
sounds a
near
lot
schools.
like a person that should be on that.
You think that person should be a federal judge?
No, I think they should be on that list.
Oh yeah, probably.
Garden side in the yard.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to ask this question. This is a follow up question. Do you
Oh.
think the FBI or DOJ are going to allow Donald Trump to be president?
Well, I don't know because with the amount
Because
of
they actively
whistleblowers.
went against him.
Well, yeah, I mean they're just bogus as shit, including his own DOJ. Barr's a fucking joke. Uh, I don't know. I think if they, with all these whistleblowers coming out, I mean, you never know. This 2024 may actually be the most fair election ever. But they need to do something about these PACs like that uh, old Zuckerberg did with the 400 million. Like Democrats spend so much fucking money, and I don't understand because they like say, "Oh, whoever has the most money wins," and you got to worry about AI because they'll manipulate people. At a certain point, like that's where common sense comes in because that's why whether it be coming from the right or left, I have a pretty good nose for propaganda and bullshit. So I don't understand how that works. I don't even care if AI is like showing me this, showing me that. I'm like, yeah, it seems dumb. Seems real dumb. So I don't know. I think he's got a shot. I think it seems like the winds are changing a little bit. It seems
I,
like the house of cards are starting to shake.
well, I mean, they're starting to, like, that one linchpin card is starting to wobble a little bit, but I mean, there could be nothing that happens from this. I mean, it happens all the time. I mean, it's just going to piss off, Republicans and any Democrat voters. You want to be like, oh, they got suspended for bad conduct when really they just got suspended for contacting Congress from their jobs, all these FBI whistleblowers. So, I mean, once there's a deep state, and I really started hating that term, Like I really didn't believe there was, but I just think I think there's a deep state, and
Oh, I always knew there was a deep state, Kevin. Always.
I think
Since
there's
McCarthy
well, yeah,
and Hoover, that fucker wasn't just making vacuum cleaners, Kevin.
I don't think he ever made a vacuum cleaner, but he sucked.
That's not the same. Oh, that's a double take. I made the vacuum reference, and you made the suck reference.
Yeah,
that's why we're a good team, buddy.
That's why we make the big bucks, buddy. Get the I mean, there's obviously a deep state. It's obviously subverting national elections. So I don't know, how has no one gone to prison for this? You think people will go to prison for this Russian hoax?
No, because technically what they did isn't illegal. It's immoral. Now, you could argue that it's potentially illegal.
It's impeachable, right?
Possible treason?
It's impeachable for sure.
Yeah, you can impeach a sitting
for an immoral
director or stuff like that. Yeah, it's immoral, but I don't think it's technically illegal. Well, no, what they did with the FICA court, though, that was illegal.
Yeah, so I'm saying they try to subvert an election by putting propaganda out there. I guess, yes. I don't know, man.
I mean, if you ignore the whole treason thing, then yeah, it's not illegal at all.
It does seem like treason, too.
I mean, if there's an agency trying to subvert an election, that kind of seems like a coup on the Constitution.
Yes, so
that's not necessarily the government.
Isn't that like isn't that insurgents or whatever?
That's insurrection.
Insurrection, not insurgents.
That's why I'm saying if you ignore the whole treason thing, then no laws were broken.
But it is.
But see, like people will say, well, it wasn't an act against the current sitting president. But no, it was an attack on the system, which means it was an attack on the Constitution, i.e., treason.
You can say it was an attack on an insurrection because it led to the impeachment of Donald Trump.
Well, yeah, I mean, especially because it kept going after the fact and they kept pushing it and then lied. Then yeah, that is an insurrection, and they should be hung in the town square.
Agreed.
That's the penalty for treason.
Yeah,
death.
Yeah. All right.
By 1,000 paper cuts.
Back to Trump and DeSantis. What DeSantis did with Disney, do you think he'll be just as effective with anti-woke companies as president?
I think so. I think that's kind of DeSantis' niche too. Not only does he govern based on personal responsibility and freedom, but he's definitely anti-woke. Like he's anti-woke everything. So I would think he would kind of govern that way. Like he just wouldn't put up with the bullshit.
Yeah, I think so too.
I can't see him changing.
I watched the whole thing on like George Soros and why all these companies are going.
I told you why.
Yeah, it's like CSI or CES, something like that. It's a company grading system.
Yeah, it's a foundation for gay rights.
It's a
make up a fake credit score.
Yeah.
Social index score.
And if they go against them, Soros gets his posse together of these blue hairs to go after these companies. Well, he threatens.
Well, what happens is, so you get it. These people extort these companies.
That's basically extortion, or
it's a racketeering scam.
Basically, he's a fucking weird mob.
Well, that's not even him though. That's just that foundation that's supposedly like for
mafia.
Gay rights. It is. It's a Jewish mafia, but he was also like a brown coat or something. It was weird.
Yeah.
That's how they say he can't be a Nazi because he's part Jewish. I'm like, Hitler was part Jewish.
Yeah.
Know your history, dumbass.
Yeah.
But not you, Kevin. I would never call you a dumbass.
You have multiple times
for
on this
that.
Show. Okay.
Oh,
thanks.
Oh, for that. But that's how they do. Well, because like I don't know if I said it to you much, but like that score determines whether or not you get capital investment through Vanguard and BlackRock.
Yep.
So, do you want to take a pee break, or do I just need to keep talking while you go?
Nope, go ahead. I have to pee, everybody. I'm a
Okay,
nice
so
son.
Kevin's got to pee, so I'm going to go on,
You can talk if
and
you want.
I am because I don't have to pee.
Uh,
Now, you know what? We'll take a short pee break. I'll go down and go to the bathroom. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Cue the spinning dude in wood.
And we're back. Josh, explain the ESG shit.
From my understanding, which could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. So the what is that? Quality index score, or whatever the hell that bullshit is. That is a score you get. If you don't get 100%, you are not looked at for capital investment through places like Vanguard and BlackRock. The reason why companies like Bud Light, now Adidas, Miller, all these Ford, all these companies are doing this woke bullshit is because these large companies have a shit ton of overhead and require a ton of operating capital. So they may have like $200 million coming in next week, but they only have 10 million in the bank now, and they have 12 million in, liabilities coming up. So they would be solvent. The way they answer that is with a line of credit. Well, what happens is the first thing that ESG and all this shit in these World Economic Forum douchebags did is they got into banking. So if you don't have a high index score, then they could either cancel or lower your credit line or line of credit, and then you can't take care of your operating costs. So even though you're pissing off your customers and you're losing money, on product sales, if you don't keep up your ESG score, then they could take out your credit line and your fucking business goes insolvent.
Yep. You know when I think of BlackRock, I don't know why, but every time I think of Nakatomi Tower from Die Hard, I feel like they operate out of there. Maybe it's because, I don't know. I feel like Klaus Schwab is up there trying to, you know.
Well, Hans is the real guy behind it.
I know, but Klaus Schwab seems like a villain's name. So not Hans Gruber.
Yeah. But, and the only way to fix this shit is anybody that has money in IRAs or a 401k or any money that basically, if you have money in the stock market through any type of like investment thing where you're not buying and selling the stocks yourself, you probably have money in BlackRock or Vanguard. People need to go in and tell their investors they want all their money taken out of BlackRock and Vanguard because these pools have trillions of dollars and they're not investing to make you money. They lose money. That's why you're not making any returns you're making on your money is probably, I'm betting, a type of a fucking pyramid scheme.
Kind of
where
like
they're shifting funds around. Yeah, where they're shifting funds around to make it look like you're making money, but you're not. That's the only way to stop it is like they either had to ban ESG in the States, like I think
Florida did.
Florida and one other one, I think New Hampshire or something like that.
I don't know if New Hampshire, I don't know who it was.
But there was another state that banned it. So you can either do that or people need to make sure that their money isn't in BlackRock or Vanguard. Money talks.
It does.
And bullshit walks because that's what the money's telling the bullshit to do.
Yeah. So, all right.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the presidential stuff. Do you think either DeSantis or Trump are actually conservatives?
I think DeSantis is for sure. I think Trump's more of a populist. I mean, he's right leaning. He's a Republican. It's not hard to be a Republican nowadays. You just got to believe in some pretty base natural law. But I mean, he has conservative policies, but he's a populist. He's going to go where the wind blows.
I believe also. Pretty much exactly how I'd word it. Maybe dumb.
You just like that I said blows.
That's all. The only word I heard.
Because you're 5.
It's all right. I'm good with
people in their 40s shouldn't act like us.
They shouldn't. I still think somehow we're immature for our age, but I don't know.
Only when we're doing this.
No.
Or around each other.
Or
basically if we're not at work. and having to do like important stuff.
Like I can talk to people all sophisticated and mature like, but I don't know why I thought mature was sophisticated. It's just how you should act at your age, really. But
I mean, when it comes to safety, production, and quality and all that stuff, I'm very mature. But
yes,
everything in between, kind of like the dark matter of the universe, that's
yes,
where I'm immature.
yes. It's kind of what binds everything together.
Yes.
My
It's what
immaturity.
makes up the temple that is me.
Yes. My temple is getting larger by the year.
Universe of awesome.
Like the universe, I am also expanding. Um. So let's get off of Trump and DeSantis and go with the Democratic side. And basically, there's only one story on the Democrat side. Well, I mean, there's a couple, but I mean, obviously, I think running, it's Biden versus RFK Jr. Does RFK Jr. have a shot? And if he actually does his anti-vax agenda make him a target? Kind of like what they did to Bernie Sanders, because Bernie Sanders got screwed out of that Democratic run.
Twice.
Yeah.
Once for Clinton and the second for well, yeah, I think. Well, he was kind of fucked the second time because the Bernie Bros, which are a bunch of dumbasses too, they felt betrayed the last time. But not really. I don't think he has a chance because he's anti-establishment, and the Democrat Party is 1,000% all about establishment and conforming to the, law of the Democrat universe. They all walk lockstep. If you're not in lockstep, then you get kicked out. Just like that one congressman woman from
He's pulling
Hawaii.
at 20% right now, though. I mean, it's 80-20. I mean, that's better than it should be, at any sitting president.
Especially because, I never really knew who the hell he was until he was on Tucker. And I was like, that gentleman talks strange. Oh, that's why he's anti-vax, because it's because of a vaccine.
Yeah, because he had a vaccine reaction. I think it was just a regular flu shot, too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's got the same thing Bernie did. He might get kind of popular. Some independents might think there are some people that like him just because he's anti-vax. He's still pretty fucking progressive. He's still pretty hardcore into the environment. Would he be better than Biden? Obviously. Almost
again, even a hamster running on a wheel would be better than Biden. So
yes. But the establishment won't let him do it. They'll replace Biden with somebody else. RFK has no chance.
Who? I mean, I think
whoever will do whatever he's told to do, or her to do whatever she's told to do.
I don't know who though. I just don't know anybody popular enough.
Fetterman.
Why not?
True patriot. Some jackass after he got out of
Fetterman good. Ah.
Well, did you see that interview when he got out of the hospital? They actually asked him, although you just got out of the hospital for depression, do you see yourself running for president?
They did not.
Yeah. What kind of stupid ass question is that?
Jesus Christ. I hate the media.
Yeah.
I absolutely do. And if you don't hate the media, you're an idiot.
Yeah, they're garbage.
You believe anything on the news other than maybe local stories?
If you believe anything than the lost art of common sense, you're touched.
I mean, I'm not going to say that. I mean, I don't think we lie. Not on purpose.
We don't lie. But we admit if we're I
can tell you 100%. We're not paid by anybody because I'm poor as shit.
And we're not actively lying about anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an opinion show, and our opinions could be ass backwards wrong. But most of the time, they're not.
Again, yeah, we're an opinion show. So I wouldn't get your news from us. I mean, maybe.
You can get news topics.
Yeah. So. Also, if you would like any suggestions on what we should talk about, leave us a comment.
Comment below.
And we're thinking about doing a live show at some point.
Yeah, we start doing a live show on the weekend or something.
If anybody would actually watch. So.
Yeah. will sit around and be like, for like those assholes that start a live video and you want to hear what they have to say, and they sit around for fucking 45 minutes waiting for assholes to log on.
So
It's like,
basically,
dude, it's just going to turn into a video when you turn it off. Just get to talking.
just follow us on Facebook if you're already not. That's probably where we want to go live on.
Yeah, I think we can go live on Rumble too. I just got to figure it out.
Okay.
Because you can add a third party that's not like built into their system.
We'll figure out. Maybe we can do both Facebook and Rumble in case we get fixed.
Both simultaneously.
In case we get kicked off Facebook, because we might. Oh, I guarantee I'll say something that get us kicked off Facebook. So
yeah, it's probably not hard.
Yeah, and I say a lot of dumb shit sometimes. So yeah. Okay, is Biden even sentient, and will he last for the next 2 years?
If Biden's not a robot.
Well, I mean, is he a sentient robot?
I don't know. If I'm just saying,
does
if he's
he
not
have
a robot,
feelings?
I don't think so. If he's not a robot, that means I think he's just basically running on pure instinct based on 50 years of bullshit. And I don't know. I will actually be surprised if he fulfills his full term, just because he does not look good.
No, he looks like shit.
He's skinny. He has a hard time walking around. He's always jacked up on Adderall. Yeah. And not just being old, like he's old and not healthy. Like he's not well.
Yeah, his mind is gone. And I mean, if there's one Democrat listening to us, you had to agree with us. This dude is not right.
Well, yeah, like I said, if he's not a robot, you can only be pumped full of a shit ton of Adderall for so long.
Exactly. I don't think that's good for your system at 80 some years old.
No.
I mean, do you think he'll last through the 2 years?
Like I said, I'll be surprised.
So how do you think will it be impeachment, or do you think they'll do the Article 25 or 27?
I think it would be either Article 25 or he'll resign or he'll pass away.
It's grim options.
Well, I'm just saying, when you're that old and you have that many problems, that's when, like, some people, when you get up there, like, even if you're healthy, like the juice guy, he just died.
Yeah.
Nobody lives forever that I know of, except for those alien people in the black government.
You idiot.
Super dark government.
God.
So I said people.
I don't know. God.
I actually said nobody.
Yeah. God's a buddy. He's my buddy.
He's my buddy. Buddy Jesus or Buddy Christ.
Yeah, what was that? What was that? Dogma?
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Probably sacrilegious as fuck, but
yeah.
I mean, they had Alyssa Morissette as fucking God really?
Yeah. I like the Buddy Christ though. I think that was a good.
Oh, that was great. Wasn't it like pointing and like thumbs up, like?
Yeah, he's like pointing.
Hey, almost like the Fonz.
Yeah, and he had like a big heart.
He does. Jesus does have a big heart, Kevin, for all of us.
He has a big heart on.
That's inappropriate and sacrilegious. I condemn you. Actually, I can't. You're horrible.
I know.
I wonder which one of us was raised Catholic.
I was.
Not saying anything against Catholics. I'm just saying if you were to pick one.
It was me.
Oh.
All right. So last question on this. Who versus who do you think, I mean, even with, like, who versus who next presidential election? With all factors weighed in, if you think Biden's not going to make it, if you think, whatever, what do you think is our next likelihood of the next presidential election?
Well, I think it's either going to be Biden and Trump. If Biden can't make it, I would have to say RFK just because I have no fucking... I heard that there is this Democratic lady, and I think she's a business owner, and I think she's actually running, just nobody talks about her. Like, I think she actually... I have no idea what her name is.
I think
she's a businesswoman.
I know what you're talking about. She declared even before RFK did.
Yeah. She was the first one to declare a candidacy for president, and no one even talks to her like she's a thing
No.
or about her. And that's what they do. They just don't acknowledge you're alive. Like that Indian dude gets way more airtime than she does.
Well, I know.
So I don't know. It could be Mystery Lady, who nobody knows, RFK, or whoever they put in for Biden. It ain't gonna be Kamala. I mean, I hope it is.
I think it'll have to be Kamala, right?
That would be great.
If it's not Biden, that means he got either. I mean, he's already said he's going again. So, but if he doesn't,
even people on the left aren't dumb enough to make Kamala the actual candidate.
Yeah, but she'll be the president.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't automatically make you the candidate. You still have to win your primary.
Usually, the sitting president. I know, but
I'm just saying. And she would be the only sitting president to lose the primary.
When Nixon got impeached, who was it that took over for him?
Ford.
Did he have to go primary?
Well, you had to run, or if you don't get primaried, then you don't have to. You're just on the ticket. You just sit back and relax. And
yeah, people are trying to primary against Biden. I don't know. Will the DNC even allow a primary right now?
Because, like, I think Trump might have had one person primary him, but nobody gave a shit, so it was pretty much just Trump.
Yeah.
Where Biden's actually going to have to run because he has a guy who's seriously running. Like, Biden has been primaried, period.
Well, the DNC doesn't have to acknowledge there's anybody running against him. If it was 50-50.
They didn't have to, but I mean, but like this guy's getting some airtime, stuff like that. He's got some fundraising and, you know.
I think, yes. I think it'll be Trump versus an angry mob of squirrels. That's my presidential pick.
Trump and angry squirrels.
Yeah. I think that'd be the best pick for. I think that's the best pick for the Democratic Party.
That seems pretty legit.
Just rabid squirrels? I don't know. I just don't think
rabid squirrels.
Rabid, yeah, not
rabid.
Rabid, not rabid. Oh.
I don't think that's a word.
No, it's definitely not a word.
You've just been rabid.
Boom. That's all I got. You want anything else on this whole 2024 presidential look ahead?
No, I think it's either going to be boring or interesting. I don't think it's going to be really in the middle.
Well, I don't think it's going to be boring. I think anything with Trump to do with it is automatically going to be.
Well, it's either going to be just Trump's going to get it. Because he was even talking about not doing debates.
He's going to have to do debates.
Yeah.
He's going to have to.
I think he should do more town halls for CNN.
Oh, my God. Was that not a train wreck?
No shit.
Jesus. People were so mad at it, how bad that woman looked.
On both sides. They were mad that they gave Trump the platform. They were mad because she was a bitch.
She was a bitch.
Snarky. She was a snarky bitch.
And she lied the whole fucking time. Like she kept saying things were facts that were obviously not facts.
No, it's like Tucker said in his video. What they do is they say one thing that's like half-assed true. It's like saying, yeah, that person got wet when they jumped in the ocean and they left out the part that they drowned or something. Like she would say something like, oh, well, no, the election was proven totally legitimate because you there were 56 or 60 some odd court cases that proved that it was legitimate when all of them were dismissed but like 2.
Yeah. Like they wouldn't even hear them.
I need to take one more break real quick. I will be right back.
Okay. Let's be right back. And we're back again.
Again.
2 pauses, 1 show.
I'm in the middle of a thunderstorm and I had to go take care of some stuff.
So, yes. Basically, I'm done with the presidential election shit.
I'm too. Fuck the election. Oh, you mean the topic?
Well,
yeah, a little bit of both.
Doesn't matter anymore. I don't know.
A little salt on both.
We don't get to pick the president anymore.
Not
it's
really.
Not by. So, speaking of that, do you want to talk anything else?
I mean, I think we'll probably have an episode on its own on the whistleblowers because that's some pretty interesting shit coming out.
I think we should do next week. If you, I mean, you're running the show. I don't want to tell you what to do.
I'll do
So
whatever I
I don't.
want,
I
Kevin.
do. You want to do like the Durham report and the FBI whistleblowers?
Yeah, we might do that. It fucked up Washington, even though I think we already did one on that. But yeah, it's just tons of material.
Dude, that's every week we could do that.
Yeah, I know.
It's just. I mean, we.
I don't know. It might be something. I think I want to learn more about these whistleblowers and everything. So by next week, we should probably have something.
I don't know how long the congressional hearings are going to go. So if it's not done by next week, we might wait till they're done.
I think C-SPAN should start a serious channel.
Yeah, don't they? Are you sure they don't have one? I think they
might need to check because otherwise I would have been listening to the hearings all day.
I think they have one.
It was more interesting than all the other bullshit.
I think they have one. So, all right, let's circle back to last week on that border disorder dose. And if you haven't watched last week's episode or listened to last week's episode, get on that.
Get on it.
You lazy fucks.
Harsh, bro. Real harsh.
So there was a story out of New York, and I want to hit on Chicago too. Out of New York, where they kicked veterans out of a hotel so they could put illegal immigrants in the hotel. Any thoughts on that crime against fucking, well, just the country and those who served it?
Well, I think they're assholes. They came up with some bullshit excuse that, oh, their rooms were up and there was no room for them. But yeah, they kicked out homeless vets to make room for illegals. I don't give a shit about illegals being in this country and being homeless. I wasn't a big fan of them they were going to do temporary staging at schools' gymnasiums, which they ended up pulling that shit out. They said it had nothing to do with the 2 days of parents' protest, but it was only temporary anyway. We might bring it back because this is not because of you. But, like, I don't give a shit. It's not a humanitarian. It pisses me off, and I get. It's not like these people are necessarily destitute either. They just know they can come up here, work. They send all their money back home, and then they go back.
Not just work. They collect 43% of them collect welfare.
But what I'm saying is they take the money they make up here and then send them back. It's not a humanitarian crisis. It's a bunch of assholes that are breaking the law. Yes, they are assholes because they're breaking the law and they're manipulating that fucking asylum claim bullshit. Like 80 some odd percent of them get rejected. So they're a bunch of assholes breaking the law coming up, and because of them, homeless vets are homeless again. They're sapping off resources that could be used for fucking American citizens that need it more so than they do. It's like, I don't give a shit. Like, sorry, you came over illegally. I don't care. Like, oh, there's 750 people sleeping in a parking lot. Yeah, they chose to be there.
If there's anything that should put Biden out of,
that's probably the thing that's shaking the card.
Because there is the one thing the president can do is totally shut off the border completely.
I mean, I don't think he physically can. I don't think he.
Well, he can order it and put actual like Army personnel at the border.
I don't think that's in his programming.
Yes, it is. Well, I mean, he has the power to do it, but his 2-bit fucking brain that beep boop boop doesn't have the programming to do it. You're right. He has not been programmed to actually do it.
Let's just say he's probably operating on, like when he gets his upgrade, he might be up to 8-bit. Just saying.
Maybe he might be up to Super Mario Brothers level. I don't know.
I just don't get the bleeding heart humanitarian thing about like, oh, we have to do something to these poor people. They came up here. It's not like they were captured and dumped in our country. They came up here.
The people who have bled for this country, have served for this country, are treated way worse than any of these illegal immigrants. And that's a goddamn crime. It should be a crime because this is bullshit. There shouldn't be one homeless vet at all, period.
Yeah, we have homeless vets that are committing suicide, becoming addicted to drugs, all kinds of shit. And I don't give a fuck what they say. Anytime that there's someone here who's not contributing and taking away, I don't care if it's an illegal alien or someone too lazy to work, it's taking away from what can be doing to help these people that serve their country. And I believe that that's a true statement.
It's absolutely a true statement. 100%.
Yeah,
This
this shit
is
kind of got me worked up because that kind of pisses
if
me
there's
off.
anything that fucking pisses me off about this fucking Democratic Party and any fucking rhino that wants to fucking be like, hey, we should let these illegals in because it's a humanitarian thing to do. Fucking let them into your house. All right?
Yeah,
Let them into your house.
instead of
Otherwise
camping
you're
in
a fucking
parking lots, let them.
hypocrite. So shut the fuck up. Or we should be spending the money, all this money we're spending on these fucking illegals should be putting towards veteran housing and veteran counseling.
Yes, and save some for sending them all back.
No, I
That is what I liked about Trump. Did say he's going to close the border. And he's going to deport every single person that came over in the last 2 years.
yes.
But it's just I don't know. That stuff makes me so
this has
freaking mad.
nothing to do with fucking racism. This has nothing to do with this. These people are here illegally, illegal aliens. They're here illegally. That means they breaking the law.
Well, and I'm
So
going to
they
put
should
the
be fucking
future.
deported immediately.
Well, yeah, I'm going to put my future and the future of my country above somebody who came into this country illegally. I don't care about them. I care about our country. It sucks. I hope like they can work things out in their own country or come up the legal way. That's fine.
If
You
you come
can't
up
come
the
up here
legal way,
illegally.
I
I don't
will
care about
embrace
your
you
plight.
as a person who can't. I will
Who
embrace
did not
you.
break the law.
Yes.
I'm not a hugger. I'm not going to embrace you.
No, I'm not going to embrace you. I'll probably treat you like anybody else. I don't like people, so
Well,
I'm
where's
probably
all
going
the
to be an
left wing
asshole to you.
environment?
But I'll be an
Yeah.
asshole to you because I don't like people, not because you came here illegally.
Where's all the left wing environmentalists? All these people, these freaking caravans, anywhere they go, they fucking trash the place. Like, and these are places like because of where they're having to cross illegally, these are places that don't have the infrastructure or system set up to clean it up. So these are like natural habitats that just get fucking trashed, whether it be
They don't give a
federal
shit.
natural
All these fucking
habitats.
environmentalists are the same thing as every other goddamn left wing person. They're
I mean, I'm just
fucking.
pointing out another hypocrisy, but
I'm just saying, they're virtue signaling bitches that want to fucking. They don't give a shit about the environment. They don't give a shit about anything about these illegals. This is all virtue signaling. These people are fucking sociopaths and just want to feel good about themselves. That's all half the shit about the Democratic Party and their goddamn agendas is just want to feel good about themselves. They don't give a shit about anybody else. They're all sociopaths. And that can be a fucking soapbox.
That is soapbox and the more you know.
Yeah.
That was
So,
a little bit of both.
I got myself riled up.
I'm a little flustered.
Well, this whole fucking veteran thing was fucking pissed me off.
If I was a peacock, those feathers would be straight up and twitching.
Heck yeah.
Twitching.
Another thing about these fucking illegals, did you see the thing in Chicago where heavily 97% Democratic voting bloc of Chicago is mad because they are allowing illegals to take up housing in an area where black residents were on a waiting list.
Well, you know.
I can hear the rain in your house. Damn.
Yeah, it's raining pretty good. It's probably thundering, lightning. Well, it is. I mean, it's obviously lightning if it's thundering.
Yeah.
Just saying. Thunder crack.
So yeah, I was just saying, like these, like you get what you pay, you get what you vote for.
Yeah, I mean,
You knew what these people were about.
the problem is, and the reason why I believe that the Democrat Party does absolutely nothing to actually help the black community as far as like helping families stay together, better education for better futures, is because they need the way that the Democrat Party has ran their party for a while and to stay in power is they need victims. They need people. They need people to be weak, independent. So that's where they keep people by lying to them about their circumstance and setting up a lack of programs, a lack of mobility, to where people get stuck. So, but if there's someone comes along that has a little bit harder time that they can exploit even more, then you get pushed to the side.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck about anybody. They
Well,
care
look at the
about
feminist
voters.
movement.
Yeah.
They got totally kicked to the side for the transgender movement.
Oh, absolutely. And my next episode, so probably 2 episodes, will be about feminism. The
Kevin is a
downfall.
huge proponent
Proponent. Yeah.
of feminism.
I am.
So that should be an interesting episode.
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
Is there anything else? I mean, we're running a little bit long. I don't know. We've taken a few breaks. I have no idea what our.
We're at least in an hour, so.
You got anything else you want to hit real quick, or?
Not really at the top of my head. I mean, I would think we hit most of the big stuff even though we were talking about the election, I think we hit most of a little bit here and there and kind of talk about next week's episode.
I think we kind of went whistleblower and shit too and other stuff. So,
yeah.
I think we're good. So
I think that wraps it up.
Yeah, let's end this bitch. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Josh.
And this was The Lost Art of Common Sense.
Common sense, baby! Common sense! We will see you next week.
Maybe, I don't know.